Talk. I'm Michael Riedel of the New York Post, and I'm delighted today to be joined by a charming, talented, and very beautiful young actress, Saoirse Ronan. Now, did I pronounce that correctly, my dear?
That was perfect, and that was the Irish pronunciation.
Oh, fine, but I like the lilt that you have when you do it. There's that part. There's another pronunciation, Saoirse. How do you do that?
Well, we don't have a little roll quite as much,
Right,
but we
right.
we say Saoirse, which is what you said. I'd pronounce it Saoirse, like
Saoirse.
Inertia.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right. Well, it's a lovely name, and you are a lovely actress, and you are about to open in a new movie called The Host, opening this Friday. It's based on Stephen Meyer's Twilight series. He wrote that, and it's his new book. Stephanie, sorry. There you go. Keep that. Stephanie Meyer's Twilight series.
Maybe a bloke wrote it as well. I don't know.
Who knows, exactly.
Could have been both.
Can you give me a little sense of what The Host is about and the role that you play in it?
Yeah, The Host is basically about our planet being taken over by a sort of alien-type creature known as souls.
Please, come with us.
We all want to help you. Please be careful. We don't want to hurt you.
Like hell. No!
They inhabit our bodies in order to achieve their goal, which is to basically perfect the world that they've inhabited. So they go to different planets and try and perfect the world that they're
It sounds a
living
bit like, remember the old movie The Body Snatchers?
Yeah.
Where the aliens would invade the people, but they weren't perfecting anything. They were
Yeah.
just ruining the
Yeah,
planet.
they were
I think.
ruining it. Yeah, whereas with this, it's slightly different because really the aliens are, you know, the good guys in this. So.
Oh, they are, I see. So the humans are the bad people who are ruining things, and the aliens are coming along to make it better.
Yeah, I mean, really, nobody's the bad guy. The humans are being taken out of the picture completely, because in the soul's mind, they're destroying the earth, which
Right.
I guess you could say to a certain extent is
Now,
true.
are you an alien or a human?
I'm both. I play two characters.
You do, really?
Yeah, I do.
Do you have to switch accents, do different voices, and that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Do you have different hair, different eye color, or the?
No, well, this is the thing: is that when you're taken over, you still look the same. So your outer shell is still
right,
your
right.
body, but the spirit and the human soul is gone.
Interesting kind of acting exercise, though, right? I mean, do you see the shift in your performance as to when you are a human and when you are taken over as an alien?
Yeah, you have to. I mean, for me, it was the main draw really to get to play two different characters, and not only that, but have them be two different species technically. So, you know, getting to create these two different characters and have them through their traits and through their character really bounce off each other. So I mean, yeah, one of them is from Louisiana, the human, and she's got quite, you know, a mild southern accent, and the other one is very soft spoken, and just through their physicality, through their clothes as well, but mainly through the way they speak, their
And subtle,
gestures.
yeah, subtle
You know,
gestures are different for each
all
one.
this kind of stuff that I wouldn't necessarily do with Wanda, but I may do with Melanie.
Now, you have an absolutely lovely Irish accent. You're good at accents, I take it? I mean, have you studied and trained so you can do the Louisiana accent or lose the Irish accent?
Well, I mean, I did before the film. You know, I worked with the dialect coach a couple of weeks before we started shooting, and then the dialect coach was around every single day. I've done a general American accent more often than any other accent. I've never done an Irish accent in a film before.
Really?
That's come out, yeah. I'm after doing one since then, but it hasn't come out yet. So, and I love it. You know, I think for me, it's great because it really kind of separates yourself from the character that you're
Right.
playing. You know.
Well, if you're doing a Southern accent, you can watch all those great old Tennessee Williams movies.
That's true. That's
you know, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof.
definitely true. Yeah,
Mendacity. This house reeks of mendacity.
Yeah.
Can I hear your American accent? Can you just like lose the Irish accent on cue like that?
What, just like a
Yeah,
general American accent? Yeah.
My God, that was really good. You didn't even shift gears at all. You just got the American accent like that.
Well, you know, I was born in New York,
Right, so it's easy for you to slide back
I
into.
grew up with American television.
I feel like I'm talking to a totally different person now that you don't have the Irish
Doesn't
accent.
it change
It's
things,
fascinating.
though?
It's
It does,
totally.
yeah. Try and do an
Doing
English
I-
accent. Try and do. Well, an Irish accent is the toughest one to do.
All right.
Are you gonna do an Irish?
Oh my God. Well, my English can be Irish.
Do your English. I'll
Right.
do English with you.
I'll do a Philip Larkin poem.
All right.
They bleep you up. Your mom and dad, they may not mean to. Bad was that?
That was all right. Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure what part of England that was from, but man passes inhumanity onto man. It deepens like a coastal shelf. So get out early and don't have any kids yourself.
You know, if William Hurt was here,
It would sound terrible,
it would
right?
have completely changed.
All right, the movie is The Host, opening Friday, based on a book by Stephanie Myers.
Yeah,
Sorry, I got
not
that wrong.
Stephen Myers.
Sorry, I got that wrong, Stephanie, if you're watching. Starring the absolutely charming Saoirse Ronan. Thank you very much for being my guest on Name Check.
Thank you, Michael.
A pleasure. So long.